Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Shiny Raikou channel. Now today I'm going to go through an interesting combo for you guys. Now this is a board lock that could potentially win you the entire duel. I'm going to show you play how to do it. And this combo is actually very easily facilitated. You'll be shocked to see how easy it is. So the combo is Luster Pendulum, Double Iris, and Pendulum Call. You'll never see a greater combination than this unless Dark Worm is in your hand, and you won't need to do this version of the combo. But oh well, it is what it is. Now, here's the play. The first thing you're going to do, Luster Dragon, Double Iris Scale, Luster Effect, pop, and you'll get to add another Double Iris to your hand. Double Iris that was in your face of extra that was just destroyed effects will go off, and you will add a Time Pendulum Graph, specifically Time Pendulum Graph. Please do the combo exactly as I show you, or it can cause a difficulty down the line. Now we're going to Pendulum Call, throwing away Time Pendulum Graph. Person's going to be like, what the hell? But it is what it is, and kid you not, that is the play. You're going to add Low Scale, preferably Oath, and Harmonizing, because Harmonizing is best girl. You're going to scale the Oath and Pendulum someone. Now, funny enough, if we had Baroness legal, we could summon O from our deck and make Baroness, then do the combo, and you'd be home free. But it is what it is, and you just have to play it like this. So you'll Pendulum summon the 3, and you'll use Harmonizing Effect to summon White Wing. This combo is not Nibiru proof. Spoiler alert, it's not. Keynote, I'm going to Exceed Summon into Time Star Magician. And I'll use Time Star Effect, toss in our White Wing to the graveyard, and get in our Skull Crobat Joker. It's a long time since we've been able to do this. Summon Joker, Joker Effect. I'm going to add any high scale, preferably Celestial. Celestial actually doesn't do anything in this combo. You could have added any high scale at all. This is probably one of the worst to add for this specific combo, but it is what it is. We're going to play with it regardless. So we're going to link with these two. The reason why specifically these two is because it's easier to work with cards that don't specifically require anything, because Harmonizing can only synchro with Magicians or Fusion or Exceed. So I prefer to get rid of it. You'll go into your Hulky Fibrax. I apologize, I made a serious mistake. You were supposed to work with the opposite side of the board, so it should be this. So please note you want to summon your Link Monster on the left. You'll still be able to do the combo in full succession, but you're not going to like how you'll end the board. So you can do it on any side of the board, that's something you need to know. However, it's preferred that you work on your left. Needle Fiber will pull back Tuning from deck, and you will then link up into your first Celine. The only Celine, actually. Celine Effect, you'll get 3 counters. We know how this works. We're going to Monster Reborn. We'll get our White Wing Magician. Now, watch this little trick here. We're going to go into Synchro, into Ignisto. Now, all I'm actually doing with this is just to get rid of the Luster and Scale. Because it's not a Magician, I can't pull back Tuning. I'm not even going to pull back Tuning for the combo, actually. I just don't like it there. So we're going to use Ignisto Effect to pull Luster. Then we can use Ignisto Pop and shuffle back your Luster Pendulum into the deck. Now you can activate your Celestial and use Oath to add. You can add any of your main core magicians. You're going to discard the card, so I would best advise you to add back your White Wing, because it's easy to facilitate combos when you Monster Reborn like this. So White Wing is in our hand, and now we can link into the dirtiest combo ever, because it's extremely easy to facilitate this, which is Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. Summon 0 day from your deck. Then you will link up both of them into Berserker, Berserker will actually pull back both of them. So, in other words, you link line by 6 just by using 2 monsters. It's actually a really cheap, dirty combo. But it is what it is. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! It's about how you can style on your opponents. Link with both. Go into your Rusty. Rusty will use its effect to send Cloak to set a Fog Blade. We'll keep it where you guys can see. Then we'll use Cloak, banish itself at Boots. You have a Phantom Knight on the field in the form of Rusty. You can drop the Boots from your hand. Link into the Goat. You're going to pitch your White Wing that you just added. So in other words, for this combo, you start off with 3 cards and you're going to guarantee get a card out of this. So you get a 1 random card to your hand, and then you get to set your time pendulum graph. We'll keep it where you guys can see it. And then you can now use the Boots from your graveyard, banish itself, and add the last Fog Blade. Now, this board is extremely deceiving how dirty it is. First of all, there's 2 more cards in your hand, so you'd end on 3 cards. So you'd facilitate certain cards in the deck. In other words, you can play Gamma comfortably because you don't need everything. The starter was these 3. Now, let me go through this. This card is searchable in your deck. You play 3 copy, 3 Revolution Dragon, 2 Joker to get your Revolution Dragon that searches this. So Joker searches this. So you're basically playing 8 copies. Double Iris, easy again to facilitate. Joker gets you into this. A Duelist Alliance gets you into this. So it's basically you're playing 8 copies of this again. So it's extremely consistent. The hardest card to get through in this combo is Pendulum card. Is because in between you have to draw it or you have to draw Duelist Alliance. But it is what it is. Like, it's super consistent. You basically played 6 copies. And the worst part is Duelist Alliance searches for all of them. So in other words, you play 11 ways to see this. 11 ways to see this. So it is what it is. It's extremely consistent for you to do. And most meta decks cannot beat this. The reason why is that none of your monsters point up. Your opponent cannot use any monster effects. Even if they manage to special summon a link monster, their link monster cannot activate the effect until it points to something. So in other words, if they're going to use a link 1, they'll first have to see 2 monsters, which this can easily clear. But let's talk about the weakness of the combo. You get nibs. No doubt, you can't do anything. There are other ways for me to set up this board without getting Nibirued, but the thing is I don't like playing Apollosa because it points up and give your opponent an out to the board. So I don't like Apollosa. So you have to face the Nibiru if you want the perfect setup. If you want a semi-perfect setup, like semi-perfect cell that no one likes, that's fine. That's on you. But the combo is a perfect lock. If you're not aware what this card does, your opponent cannot activate a monster effect, apologies, special summon monster effect until it is linked. So like if there's someone Alistair, they can use this effect without being pointed towards. However, the fusion summon is not going to have effect. Examples of decks that would immediately fold like a chair is Virtual World, and then you also have what's that next deck? Most majority of the meta deck Shadows, they don't play any link monsters, so they can't out the board immediately. So in other words, you'll never see a monster on board that can activate its effect. It doesn't negate them, they can't activate. And then to make matters worse, this board would lose to Nibiru and Dark Ruler no more. But because we're extremely good at Yu-Gi-Oh!, if your opponent activates Dark Ruler no more, what you do is chain Fog Blade and equip the only monster that actually has an effect, which is this. Now, your opponent is going to try and go off. On the first summon, well, any summon of your choice, you can use Time Pendulum Graph, target their monster, and Celestial. So what you get to do now is that Time Pendulum Graph pops, but because it didn't get to pop 2 cards because this cannot be destroyed because I use Pendulum Call, I can then send a card on the field to the graveyard. It doesn't necessarily has to be your opponent card. You can send any card on the field to the graveyard. So you can send your Fogblade to the grave, and then he's back on again, even though they already used their Dark Ruler no more. So it's a little high level play, I understand. But in other words, you can't be negated by Dark Ruler no more because you're already being negated by the Fogblade. And then Time Pendulum Graph, I know it can't destroy 2 cards guaranteed because I use Pendulum Call. So my skills can't be destroyed right now, so I'm guaranteed to grab a next card. The next card this combo loses to is Evenly Matched. You can't play around it because no link monsters points. I could summon a Synchro monster here afterwards. Truth be told, I can do that, but I only wanted to use the bare minimum to do the entire combo. So it's a little interesting side for you guys to watch. I'm also going to show you how to get any trap card from your deck. Alright, it's a little nice combo where you can get Imperial Order and get it to your field. So in other words, if your opponent out is only Dark Ruler, like you know they can't afford to main deck Sphere Moon because they need a normal summon, you can actually summon Curious, dump your Imperial Order, then do the combo and link off because it only required 2 effect monsters to do the cheap ass combo, and then you'll get to set your Imperial to the field. Because Phoenix, you pitch first, then you decide. So even if you draw the card, if I always had this in my hand, I could use effect. Apologies, it's not Phoenix, it's Gryphon. You can discard, then target, so you can target it afterwards and get it to the field. The combo is absolutely devastating. I guarantee you can look at your opponent's deck right now and they goodly don't have a main deck out to handle this. And as I said, you don't lose a Dark Ruler no more because of situation. Alright guys, that's it from me. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Next time I'm going to show you a different combo and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.